On May 20th, 2013, a violent and destructive EF5 tornado with winds estimated at 210 miles per hour ripped through the communities of Moore and Newcastle, Oklahoma. In this video, I will be analyzing the conditions that day and the damage that the tornado caused. On May 19, 2013, just a day before the violent tornado would hit Moore, the Storm Prediction Center would issue a Day 2 moderate risk for portions of central Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma, western and southwestern Missouri, along with extreme southeastern Kansas. On the morning of May 20th, the risk would shift further south in Missouri, including only portions of southern and southwestern Missouri, now including portions of northern and northwestern Arkansas, along with central and eastern Oklahoma, and portions of the northern Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area. Using tornadoarchive.com, we can take a look at the tornado's path, where it touched down near Northwest 16th Street and continued northeast, where it would start to inflict EF0 and EF1 damage near Northwest 32nd Street, and then do some EF3 damage along North Country Club Road. This is near a Walmart Supercenter and Paradise Motors. This is where the damage would start, and then it would do some EF4 damage near Earlywine Elementary School, which would have EF0 damage inflicted upon it. And then this is when it started to move into much more populated areas, where it hit a 7-Eleven, where it did its first EF5 damage just north of there along South Robinson Avenue. I believe also somewhere along here it hit Briarwood Elementary School as well, and inflicted heavy damage, and I believe that was before the infamous loop. And then it would come near the Moore Cemetery. Right before the tornado performed a loop, hitting the Norman Regional Medical Center and crossing Interstate 35, it would hit Plaza Towers Elementary School, where 7 of the 24 fatalities would be reported. After hitting the medical center, inflicting more EF5 damage, it would cross over the interstate and continue in eastern Moore along Southeast 4th Street, inflicting EF4 damage before it would eventually rope out near 134th Street. Now I'm going to go ahead and show some of the coverage from a local news TV station, their KFOR, for their live broadcast of when the tornado was impacting the Moore Newcastle area.
Producing a long track tornado, updating you for you folks in Stevens County, over into the southern half of Garvin County, over to Pauls, as far north as Pauls Valley, and far northern Carter County. Reed is intercepting this storm right here, low level lock, with a tornado warning. Please do not take this lightly. Conditions today are favorable for large, long track, potentially violent tornadoes, and they may be difficult to see due to heavier rain today. Also, there's more trees and hills in this part of the state. Please don't take it lightly. If this storm is heading your way, go to your safe spot, at the very minimum interior closet or bathroom, but really we prefer you go to an underground shelter or a basement.
Tornado warning remains in effect until 3:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for northwestern McLean, southern Oklahoma, and northern Cleveland counties. This is a tornado emergency for Moore and South Oklahoma City at 3:08 p.m. Central Daylight Time. National Weather Service meteorologists and storm spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado located 4 miles west of Moore, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. In addition to a tornado, large destructive hail up to tennis ball size is expected with this storm. Locations impacted include Midwest City, Moore, Newcastle, Stanley Draper Lake, Tinker Air Force Base, and Valley Brook. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. If you cannot get underground, go to a storm shelter or an interior room of a sturdy building now. Take cover now in a storm shelter or an interior room of a sturdy building. Stay away from doors and windows.
We're shooting out the side glass here right now, but it's just tracking straight east down 19th Street. Tracked right over the area where we was at. Was within probably a quarter to half mile from it. before we had to turn around and bail. Violent motion, a huge debris cloud wrapped around it. Zoom in tighter on that debris cloud. Okay, it looks like Baby Mike, it may be actually starting to lift a little bit more north now than east. Hang on just a minute, Mike, we'll get out.
This tornado now is located between Penn and Western. It's a mile wide, and it covers the whole area between Penn and Western at South 19th Street. This is a May 3rd type tornado. I would just venture to say it looks like it's about an EF4. It could be an EF5. Makes no difference. You got to be below ground. Interior closet or bathroom is not going to do it, or get out of its way. Storm cellar, basement, or safe room, or below ground of any kind. Do not be in your car near the tornado. Drive away from it if you have no option to save your life. Abandon where you are if you cannot get below ground. South 19th at exactly at Western Avenue right now.
This Google Earth satellite imagery from the day after the tornado shows the horror that it inflicted, and it's approximately 40 minutes on the ground, where it packed winds of up to 210 miles per hour, achieving an EF5 status with multiple areas of damage, with construction, well-built homes were just completely destroyed, and anchor bolts were just like twisted. It was just absolutely horrific, and the damage just got worse the further it went, pretty much. This is around when it crossed the interstate. So some of these homes had the heaviest damage, where you can just see they're completely gone, near Plaza Towers Elementary School. And then over here, these homes didn't have damage. Tornado damage can be really just in one area and another. It's just completely different, and it's crazy because this is the path that it took. It also hit Briarwood Elementary School, which it looks like, if we look at it in this image, I do not think that's what it looked like after it got hit, but it seems like it's not showing the imagery for that. But that is the scar that was left there. And as you move through over the years, in 2014 you can still see the path. In 2017, if you look really hard, you still sort of can, and then it gets harder to see. If we go to today's imagery, you can only see it in some areas. So that's just taking a look at the damage from satellite. The Moore tornado would be the last EF5 tornado to date as of recording this. It would cause an estimated around $2 billion US in 2013. I'm not sure the translation for today, but I'm sure that it is a couple 100,000 more, or even maybe a couple million more. But this tornado had highest winds of 210 miles per hour, 24 fatalities and 2 indirect, and then 212 injuries. Sadly, this would not be the first time that the Moore area was hit by an extremely powerful tornado. On May 3rd, 1999, an F5 tornado would touch down for over an hour from 6:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time to 7:38 p.m. with highest winds measured by mobile Doppler radar estimated at 321 miles per hour. This one would cause 36 fatalities with 5 indirect. 583 injuries, $1 billion in damage in 1999, which is approximately $1.8 billion today. So sadly, this would not be the first time Moore has been hit by a violent tornado. I plan to make a separate video in the future talking more about the Bridge Creek Moore 1999 F5 tornado. That is going to be the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel. I make weather update videos, live coverage streams, and basic tornado analysis videos like these. This video is dedicated to those affected by the Moore tornado and the residents of Moore, Oklahoma. As always, I am Mr. Twister WX. Peace out.